Alright, welcome back to a brand new video. Now this is going to be a bit of a different one. I've gotten so many requests of people telling me that I should record my morning routine for whatever reason. Not too sure why anyone would want to watch that, but that is what I'm going to be doing today. It's around 5:15, still pitch dark outside. Excuse the mess on the hair, but I just got off the shower, just a cold shower. Now I'm dressing up. A little caveat, I do think it's important to dress up even if you work at home. Back when I was at my parents, I would literally just wear like a pair of sweatpants, maybe a sweater, whatever it was. And one of the things that I like to implement in my life is, let me turn this around, is the way you do one thing is the way you do everything, right? So you want to seek for excellence in all areas of life. If you show up to work in sweatpants, in a hoodie, or whatever it is, at least for me, it's very hard to get into that mindset of like, hey, I'm doing, meaningful work here. I'm having a real impact, simply because my outfit or my demeanor do not reflect that. So that is just a little caveat. But what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be cutting into me making the first thing that I ever have in the morning, which is my little drink, my warm water, and I'll show you what that consists of. So we'll go ahead and we'll cut to that. The final thing that I will say is, I've gotten a ton of requests. People telling me that I should do a room tour. I may be doing that, but my room is actually very minimalist. I've got a bed, a really nice bed. I've got a weighted blanket. Everything's just optimized to get very good rest. I've got my wake up light right there, which is actually going off right now. But yeah, let's get straight into the day. All right, so my drink is done. It's a very simple drink. It's actually a very simple drink. I've got my hat on, by the way. It's just a bit of lemon with warm water and a few drops of apple cider vinegar. Gets me going. And the other thing I want to show you guys is, if you look at this, it looks very gross, but this is my food for the day. Essentially, I've gone from cooking all my meals to just getting a meal plan. And as you can see, I've got it all here. So I know exactly what I should be eating today. And honestly, it just reduces so much complexity from the whole cooking and eating and cleaning situation, and it saves me a ton of time. It's very healthy, and although right now it looks very bad, it's actually really healthy. And since I've gotten this, I'm honestly so much happier because I don't have to think about food. I don't have to think about what I'm going to cook next. I just eat this. It's predictable and it saves me a ton of time. So that is a little tip that I have for you, is if you're spending a lot of time cleaning your own house, cooking, doing laundry, whatever it is, right? And you're trying to level up in life, getting to 20, 30, 50K a month with your business, you're going to have to find a way to systemize those things, because honestly, they waste a lot of time. And oftentimes it's not the big event that wastes a lot of time, is death by 1,000 cuts, right? So it's these little things every single day, like for example, cooking all your meals, that really slow you down. So very glad I made that choice. And now on to the next part of the routine, which is my meditations, my journaling, my affirmations, and getting straight into work. It is currently around 5:15. Not sure if I said it on the previous clip, around 5:15, but I'm currently waking up at 4:50. And with my drink, let's head over. All right, so we are in the living room. Here we've got my office. If you guys haven't seen the house tour, check that out after this video if you want to see a bit of a house tour. I'm not gonna do it right now, but here we've got some views. I never get tired of these views. Still pitch dark outside. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna sit right there. And I'm gonna go ahead and do my meditation. The lighting is very poor here. I'm gonna go ahead, do my meditation for around 10 minutes. Then I'm gonna go in my office where my CTO is already putting in the hours, chipping away since 4:30 a.m. We're building the biggest e-com accelerator in the world, biggest agency in the e-commerce space. So it requires a bit of work, but essentially I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna do my affirmations, my journaling, and then we're gonna go straight into the war room, which is all dark right now, but you guys will see what that whole thing is about, and we'll have our team meeting. So let's get straight into that.
So wherever you are right now, I'd just like you to just take a moment to get comfortable. Doesn't matter whether you're parked in a stationary car, maybe you just arrived home, maybe you haven't left work yet, whatever it is.
All right, so I'm finally at my desk. It is officially 5:50. Now, typically I'm at my desk by 5:30, but obviously recording the whole thing definitely slows me down. But I'm not complaining. I hope you guys are finding value in this. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and do some affirmations. I'm going to go ahead and journal. And then I've got from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. 7 a.m. is our team meeting. I've got 1 hour of deep focus work where I'm going to be putting together a sales funnel for one of the clients we're onboarding today. So we've got the onboarding call, which I'll be showing you guys today. So I'm going to be putting together that funnel for them. So I've got it ready for the call, and I can and we can just get things rolling as soon as possible. So yeah, let me get straight into journaling, into affirmations, and I'll see you guys in the next clip. Alright, so the first work block is done. I was just doing a bit of work on my standing desk. Now we're on to the first meeting of the day, which is with the team, which is my CTO sitting right there already. The war room, we call it the war room because we're gonna be planning the day ahead. Although we already have a plan, we just sit down, we go ahead and we go through the day, what everyone is doing, and we make sure that you know, the priorities are set straight. So that's what we're gonna be doing. There's my CTO and brother as well. And yeah, I'll be walking you guys through the day in just a bit. I'll show you what's coming, some things that we're excited for today, and yeah, we'll do that in just a second. So this is what the schedule is looking like. We've got quite a few calls. So we've got you know, obviously the team call right now, so 7 a.m. Then I've got a we've got the ecom offer plus timeline. So we're putting together our essentially our sales funnel for the agency, a new sales funnel that we are going to be implementing. You guys know, obviously, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I'm booking in a lot of calls. This week, for example, I've got 34 sales calls so far, right? And we haven't actually even started the week. So a lot of calls that we have to take. For example, at 8:30 a.m., I've got my team call with my main media buyer, with my lead media buyer. I'm going to be asking how the client meeting yesterday went, because for a while now, given the time zones, I've had a client meeting at 10 p.m. on Mondays, and it got to a point where, you know, I realized that I shouldn't be doing that myself, especially if I'm waking up so early. It just really you know, would ruin my Tuesday. So I went ahead and let him take the call, which was quite a task to delegate, because he's literally jumping on this call with the client and the whole team completely alone, and walking them through the reporting and all that stuff. But I even had a chat with the client a few days ago, and they told me that they'd rather have me you know, just have a one-to-one every 2 weeks with me and just cover strategy, and not actually have the reporting call with me. Meaning, obviously they'd want to see me there, right? But they don't see my value being maximized there. So that's to show that sometimes you do things because you think you should be doing them, but when you actually sit down, when you actually think about it, it turns out that you could either eliminate it, delegate it, or automate it. So that's what I'm constantly doing right now to make sure that I'm maximizing my impact. So that's that call, long story short. Then I've got a sales call at 9 a.m, then another one at 10 a.m. Then I've got a work block from 10:30 to around 12, where I'm going to be again working on client funnels. And then at 12 p.m. we've got an onboarding call for a new client that we onboarded literally, I mean, technically they paid on the 31st of January, so we're onboarding them today. We had the strategy session. They already got onboarded with our onboarding process, and so we're having the strategy session, getting crystal clear on the funnel that we're going to be using for them, the traffic sources and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. And then after that meeting, I'm probably going to have a little gym session. So probably you know, work out at home, and that will be that for the morning. So without further ado, let's get right into it. I'll be taking you with me on some of these calls for you to kind of see how I prep for the calls, you know, essentially if I close the calls, and that would be interesting to see as well. And I did forget that at 11 a.m. actually, so I don't have from 10:30 to 12, because at 11 a.m. I have a very brief call with my new essentially law firm that I'm hiring. They're going to be running my obviously my, you know, they're going to be my accountants, but also I was looking for a team that would help me put together equity agreements with clients and a bunch of other cool stuff. So yeah, that will be that. I'll be taking you guys with me during those calls. I'll be sharing, you know, some of the things that I learned during those calls, some of the mistakes, maybe some of the wins that I make on those calls, and we'll be relaying that to you guys. So don't want to talk for longer because I want to get straight into work. I'm not really used to documenting and doing all this vlog stuff, but let's get right into it. that is that for the ecom.io meeting, which is the new agency. We'll be telling you guys more about it. But as you can see, what we did first, and I gotta jump off real quick. What we did first is we created our irresistible offer. Okay, this is literally the one thing that I also get my students to do. Okay, so you need to have an irresistible offer, right? So we had a few offers that we wanted to add to the sales funnel, and each offer has to have the irresistible components that an irresistible offer has to have, right? For example, how can you add a power guarantee? How can you add value, right? How can you convey the value of the offer? How can you add scarcity? How can you add urgency? It's a few components to an irresistible offer, and that is what we've got. Obviously, I can't show you guys the whole funnel, but that is what we've drafted here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump on a call with my lead media buyer. Carlos is gonna do a bit more work on the funnel building agency side of things, and I will talk to you guys in a bit.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, it's good, thanks.
Oh, cool.
Hey, congratulations on the new startup, the new client.
Yeah, it's gonna be an exciting one. I'll definitely I'll let you more about it.
Yeah. She said basically with all e-commerce stuff at the moment, Christians basically just do it. So like with I said with budgets, she just said come back with budgets for us. So we're in a really good space with them at the moment, in that I think what Kathleen was saying, there's quite a bit of trust there because the results are speaking for themselves. So they're pretty happy with us just to run with things from there. So that's good.
Cool. Were they? I'm guessing they were quite happy about the SEO ranking as well, right?
Yeah, they were. So it's,
that's why usually I haven't done this ever really. So it speaks kind of to your ability to handle those calls. But yeah, it just doesn't really make much sense, because then I'm just completely ruined for the next day. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll jump on calls with her the weeks we're not reporting, so those will be more strategy based. And yeah, that will be good.
Yeah, they do have Google Analytics, but I can't get the code because it's within Google Tag Manager. But they definitely do have Google Analytics on the site, but I don't know the code number. But yeah, Google Analytics access, and once again that could be standard or admin.
So that is a meeting wrapped up with my lead media buyer. 3 main topics that we talked about. Number one is that call that I told you guys about, the client call that he jumped on. Without me at all, he did a great job. Clients were very happy, so that's great. Then I also talked to him about the Facebook rep call that he had, right? And it's honestly great. During that, everything's gone really well, and there's not as much involvement from me as there used to be, right? So he's jumping on those calls with the Facebook rep, even reporting to clients on calls, on top of all the reporting ecosystems that we have, which the clients are actually very happy about. So that's great, because then I can actually focus on, I can keep focusing on the scaling side of things, on the strategizing, as you guys saw. So that's the second thing. And the third thing was checking in on the new client. So I basically asked him some things that he'd need when it comes to the Google Ads portion that we're going to be doing for the new client. Also walking him through the strategy that I had in mind with this new client. Although we're obviously going to jump on a strategy call with the client, with himself as well. We're going to run past that in a much more, in a much more defined manner. But yeah, those 3 things, everything good. So now I got a sales call literally in a minute, and I'll tell you guys how that goes. I will share with you some of the things that worked and some of the lessons from that call, and I'll see you after that. All right, I was waiting for the call for around 3-4 minutes, which is really odd because most people honestly show up in time, or even just a bit earlier. So I decided to check my phone. I don't really open my phone until past noon. But saw a message from the prospect telling me to reschedule the call for tomorrow, which is annoying because when it's such short notice, it messes up my flow. So not a big fan of it, not too happy about it, but it's part of the process. I'm booking in around 30 to 35 calls a week now. And obviously there's gonna be no-shows, there are gonna be reschedules, there's gonna be moving around things. In most cases there aren't, but that's just to give you guys a bit of an idea these things happen, and yeah, you just gotta stay in flow, and you just gotta keep moving through the day. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna break my fast, which I typically break around 10 a.m. But I've got a call at 10 a.m. so I'm not gonna be able to do that. So I'm just gonna break my fast now at 9:30. It's technically 9:09. I'm gonna break my fast. I'm probably gonna have just a chia bowl, maybe a few eggs, scrambled eggs, and essentially no carbs, so just to keep my energy levels high. And I'm also gonna make myself a tea with very, very little caffeine. If you guys are not new to my channel, you obviously know that I'm not a big fan of caffeine. I haven't drank caffeine in a while. So I'm gonna make myself a little tea. I'm gonna put in there a few drops of MCT oil and maybe some coconut oil, just to get the fluids moving in my brain, and I'll see you guys then. Oh, I forgot to mention my brother is now again back here in our office space, working on some code, working on some marketing flows as well for clients. He's got the double screen, well, the coding setup. But yeah, let's get back into my meal. All right, so here we got it. This is my chia bowl. It doesn't look very pretty, but we've got chia, we've got coconut milk, we've got coconut oil, kiwi, almonds, then we've also got pumpkin seeds, banana, so quite nutritious. Then this is my kukicha tea, right? It doesn't have a lot of caffeine, that's why I like it. And then I put these drops of natural plant extracts. Don't know what the name is in English, but they help me out with my throat. Since I talk a lot, I've been feeling like my throat has been taking a bit of a beating, especially in the past 3 months. So I've been taking extra care with my throat. Honey works great, lemon works great. These plant extracts work really great as well. So I'm gonna be taking that. And once I've done that, I'm back to my desk. Wrapped up that second sales call with a potential client. Booked in a follow-up call. Most of our clients, we have to do a 2-call close, simply because you know, they have more vetting involved. We're talking about 7-8-figure companies. You know, we're often speaking to the marketing manager, etc., etc. Now, what we've got, I also spoke to my accountant and my lawyer, so that's good. Now we've got a setup. We've got Carlos there. How are you feeling for a client onboarding? Right, we're taking things up a whole level. We've got me here, and yeah, we're gonna jump on very, very quickly on that call. We're gonna go ahead and onboard this new e-commerce client, and so yeah, it's all ready. I will let you guys know how it goes, and I'll see you after. Just want to give you guys a little look into the setup. We've got my Bang & Olufsen speaker there for the audio. We're connecting that camera to my laptop, so that we've got the whole view. Colors, they can't see you though. And now we're gonna connect the Zoom to the screen, and we're gonna have a really dope session. We've got some good lighting. This is what it takes to build a 7-figure agency. So yeah, we'll be speaking soon. Básicamente todo lo que I'm walking you through, but you have it in one single page, so you don't get lost.
Okay.
¿Vale? Entonces tenemos el manual guide, que es literalmente. All right, so that is a wrap on the client onboarding call. As you can see here, there we go, it's all wrapped up. My CTO and brother is back to coding the dashboard, and now I have my lunch break. So it's around 2 p.m. right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab lunch. I just saw that another potential client call came through. That will be around 5:30. I've got another one at 3, which is actually the third call that I've had with this prospect. So hopefully we can finalize, you know, there's just a few details that need to be tweaked. But that is that for my morning routine. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it was definitely a bit of a different video, quite intense. You know, I think we had a bit of everything. We had sales calls, we also had deep focus work. We had teamwork, for example, where we won on the board, and you know, I showed you guys basically us brainstorming our irresistible offers for our sales funnels for our agency, how we go about doing that. I also showed you a bit of the health stuff, although, you know, I didn't talk too much about it, but health for me and being in a state of high performance is incredibly vital for success and to really keep your energy levels high, because otherwise I would just, you know, come crashing down, given that, you know, it's a pretty early wake up time, and the day is also pretty packed. So anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed this type of video. If you did, drop a massive thumbs up. Let me know if you want to see more of these type of videos. I may be doing a day in the life as a digital marketer or something like that, so that I can maybe show you guys what the whole day looks like. Also, if you're new here and you haven't subbed to my YouTube channel, there's so much content coming out on social media marketing agency, digital marketing, entrepreneurship, and a bunch of other cool topics. So if you don't want to miss any of that, go ahead and sub to my channel, hit the little bell icon so you never miss an update. And the final thing is, if you haven't checked out my free training down below where I cover some of these strategies that I use on a daily basis. This is not some stuff I read in a book somewhere or I watched in a course. This is stuff that I've learned from implementing battle testing. You guys can see that I'm jumping on, not only calls with potential prospects, but calls onboarding plans, right? Building a real business, building our own dashboard, building our own software for our agency, taking this e-commerce marketing agency and in this productivity hub and converting it into the top e-commerce accelerator in the world. So if you want to get access to some of those secret strategies that I use on a daily basis to scale my agency past the 55K a month mark at this point, go ahead, check out the link in the description, let me know your thoughts. And as always, hope everything's going well in your journey. I am signing out. Peace.